Jud Zion says like this: "B'kriya Shema the Shachris is davgim abba v'ibel lahamshech mochen lezon l'tzorach zivug d'amida." So this is putting this in perspective. What's going on in the Kriya Shema at the very beginning of it. So let's go down. I guess we'll read in the Tiv itself on number Hey. Let me find that. There we go. He said, "V'lechein anu omrim yichud kriya shema b'shas tefilah kedei lezivug or lezavig b'techila as abba ve'ima." So first you have to make a yichud there. V'osach hazivug yankilu d'zun b'neihem as hamochim b'chataros shalahem. The mochim, and then he has two different words there, mochim and the taros. So now he says, "Kedei she'achar kach." Let me get this down here a little better. So kedei she'achar kach b'shas tefilah shmona esrei yizdavgu gam hein b'neihem zun k'noida, because this will lead to that yichud. And the Tiv writes, "B'tefilas amida the shakris na'asat zivug zun la'holid neshamos chadashos kol more." Now we talked about this before. He said the concept, I really don't understand what the meaning is. Is it when he says the neshamos chadashos? What's wrong with the old neshamos? Why do you need neshamos chadashos? Well, I guess it means new relationship to Hashem, or new panemius. I'm not sure. That the it's na'atzlim zun nimshachin lechem rak hamochen dekatnus. V'kedei lahamshek lechem ez hamochen dekatnus. Na'asa zivug abba v'ima b'kriya shema the shachris. So therefore you have that yichud there. U'mezivug zeh nimshachin mochin degod degadlus dezun v'hamochin kolulim ba'arbecha b'bechinas mochin. So moa chachma ubina nekrai mochin. So this in the language we're using right now. Mu'achadas hakalum matar the chasada b'mitra. He has the word itra. Me'itra the chasada b'mitra the gevuras hanikroim itros. Why? The fish hem meluvashem b'taros yisod the abba ve'ima. So let's say like this: is that means the taros yisod of abba ve'ima would be the malchus of abba of Abba Be'ima, and they're clothed, that's in the bottom part, they're clothed in the most bottom part there. As the mochin, the godless, and now they've got these mochin come in, the godless. Then they can already make a yichud but defeat the chakras of the Berchusim Shalom, which is going to come on later on. Now, back up to the top on this, he says, here's an intro, he said, "B'kriya Shema Shalomita, Mizdaving Abba Be'iba the Hamshich Mochen the Zon the Tzorach Zivuk the Chatzos." So we were talking about, I guess, in the morning time. Here, let's see what this says. Number Vav in the Tiv. Let's go to the Tiv and get number Vav. So he says, "V'amna mazivuk hazecha b'chu be'inyan hayom." It has to do with the day. That's what we're talking about. V'hidach v'gam b'zivuk alaylo anim is miyachnim yichud kriya shema al mitasa amitaseinu. So he's telling us straight up shot of what's happening here, what you're trying to do. Haseder haniskar hu be'inyan zivuk na'asa b'yom b'tefilas hashakris. V'alpi zecha yivur gam inyan kriya shema shal amita. So along the way, we'll all do that. Because listen, that's coming up. He says that's coming. But in order to promote that yichud, the crows kriya shemash alamita kedei the zavik is abba ve'ima, because that's what you have to do. And from that's where you're going to get the mochin, the new mochin that are going to come in. So that later on they'll be able to make a yichud. So he says like the Now I'm not sure what he's saying here. He says the beginning. I read it wrong. That's why. The first of the early Chassidim. That's all they had to do. Kedniska begemara to bear the brachos. The sagit the chub bechad besuka the rachmi. But us, anachta bedoros achronim, Halavasha nifrash kol pratech hakavonot v'chayichud, but let it be that we could actually understand what's going on in all the different parts of nifrash, explain them out or say them out. Kedei shenuchul ligron zivug elyon shel achar tzos alada, in order to be able to do that. They the chadesh es in the shamas of yeshanos. Now, so here we have the different idea. This is the chadesh and the shamos hayeshanos. Over there, by chakras, he's talking about, he's talking about bringing in new neshamos. So, Garcina beGemora, so this is the language of Gemara, he says, Amar Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, Aval pi shakara Adam kriya shema b'beis Hakavanot, even though that he says it in shul, mitzvah the kros al metasav, and he has to come back and do it at night by his bedside. Amar Rav Nachman says, Amar Tamid Chacham, Im Talmid Chacham hu ein sarach, he doesn't have to do it. Amar Abaye says like this: Av Talmid Chacham mi boyle, even a Talmid Chacham l'meimer chad besuka derachmi. At least I have to say one pasuk. And he says, what is that pasuk? That's interesting because it's all in the Kriya Shema Lamita. If you look in the Rishash Sidurim like that, he says, Hashem kel emes. You have to at least be able to say that. He said, Ad Khan. So that's the Gemara. The Rav wants to explain like this: Nema rak the Chasidim b'Rishonim shehoya koich kedushazim gadol. The koich amirils pasuk rishon belvad. So he say one pasuk. So he says, what is that? Shema Yisrael. B'chakavar garba b'chazivugam elyonim. This already does the job. Their kavanah is so tremendous. Avacha b'derasenu anu. So our demand, our time. There's a gamal talmidim b'chahamim ena b'dargazu. But tzrichim av heim lomar as kol seder hakriya shemachash al hamita. So therefore we have to say that the fee miut archenu, because of the minimization of what I guess relatively speaking was small. Halavai shenuchel lefilah yedecha bebirah kol seder kriya shema ligrom zivugam elyonim shebekocham yischadju nishbosenu. Now once again he's talking about min nischadesh, and I really would like to see more about that. We'll see what it is. Let me take a breath here. Okay, so we're still moving along. So he said, Vihine, I guess we'll be down at the bottom. We'll go down at the bottom, we'll read the Tiv across. Vihine b'techila, next page, over here. Amrum omrim kol seder hakriya shema. We say the whole seder the kriya shema. V'zecha v'hu kadei the zavik is abba v'ima, as we said b'techila. So this is that is your kavanah. He's like gadei shagam aim yuchlu acher kach acher hatzos alala the his daveg the tzarich hachoide hidush hanashamas kenizker. Back to that subject again. So he says, I'm going to read through this if I can. Let me see how far this goes. Not too much further. And then if I didn't really look at the any shefas, so we'll see where our time is at that time. Yeah, we have plenty of time here. So Ayedech Bemiris Kriya Shema Kodem Hashena Naasach Zivug the Abba Ve'ima Umazivug Zecha B'nim Shachem Ataras, that is the Chasad of the Chasadim the divorce the Das V'Amuchem Mechachma Bebinda the Zun Over Kocham Yuchlu Zun his Davek B'Chatzes Laila. Okay, so this is what's going on over there when you say Kriya Shema at midnight, or at that before bed. Nimsa ki kamosha chazivuk dezun shal chayom hu godol mishal laila. Kach yichud Kriya Shema shal chayom hu godol mishal laila. The kavarnis bar b'tzleina b'ordach v'ayin sham, and then look over there. He says, "Kashem shezivug zun na'asacha b'tefillah shakris," because since the zivug zun that was made at tefillah shakris, ola ba'archo al zivug zun na'asa b'chatzas alayla. So relatively speaking, what's happening there? Shechein hazivug the shakris who's zivug Yaakov arachel. But Zivug the Chatzos Alaylo who rocked Zivug the Yaakov the Leah. So I saw over there when I was learning that piece about Nephilas Apayim, that really that yichud that's taking place between Yaakov and Rachel is for the tzorach of making it possible for the yichud to ultimately come out in the morning. Something about that, but it's a lot over there. Anyway, akach agam hazivu da abba ve'ima v'na'aza b'kriya shema al shal shachris, ola ba'archo el zivug abba ve'ima v'na'aza b'kriya shema shal hamita. So, relatively speaking, they're performing the same action, shal b'zivug the chakras, nimshach and nemochan de b'china chitzonius atik. Now, I think we saw this already, this idea, which is nice to hear it again. So he says, again, the Bechinas Chitzonius Atik, that's where the Mochim are going to be originating and pass through from that point. Vela Bekriya Shema Shalameta, Nimshachan the Mochim, the Bechinas Chitzonius Abba Ve'ima, which is way down lower. Okomavur La'er B'Drush Kriya Shema, the Yotzer Drush Gimel. So we saw that over there. Number Yud, he said, "V'hine zehu so this phrase, chadashim leboker lebekarim." Excuse me, chadashim lebekarim rabba u'melasechel. So we're preparing everything. Is that the idea? Let's see. K'amalchza nikras amuna na'asas gedola v'rabba b'kol laila. She becomes great, multiplies or become big b'kol laila. How? Ayedecha b'kol neshamas ha'tachtainim ha'olim b'kol laila. The hikala of his aver besocha to be incorporated, and he said, and to gestate within. Okay, well, let's see the tip on this and make sure I get my understanding right of what time this is. So what happens is that our neshamas go up during the nighttime as we sleep, and then they become mischadesh in the womb of Abba Ve'ima, so to speak. I don't know. Let's say they go up. Then after that in the morning, Yotzes B'Sham B'Chudashos, they become as a result of the rise up, they're brand new. That's what it says, new for the mornings. So when we're sleeping, B'Layla. Ola Nishmasim Al Nuk Dezer Anpen, V'Nichlala Misavrim Ball. So they get incorporated, they become impregnated. Well, they're like embryonic at that stage. That's interesting. It's coming from the bottom, and it's coming, I guess it has to go through the Mukhstimol, something like that, come back down. I'm not sure how this works exactly. Nishmazim al Nuk, the Zan, Minechlala, Minis Avram Ba. That's in Ima, or in Abba Ve'ima Eloin. Let's see. And then after that, when the Yichud takes place in Zon, Nimshach Shefa V'Ha'ara al Hanuk L'Chadesh as Kli HaYisod Shalom. Let me say this again. It's just a little bit too hard for me. He says, Be'esh shebnei Adam yeshenim b'layla. Ola nishmasam al nukta zer anpam v'nichlala v'chemis avrim ba. So they become incorporated. Okay, I'm just getting my mind straight. He says this is going to Zun. So he says, Adam yeshenim b'layla. Ola nishmasam, that the neshamas of people, al nukta zer anpam, which is malchut v'nichlala v'avrim ba. So he said, and they become gestated there. They're going to become like new. Now, after that, they're going to be a yichud that's taking place in Zun. In order, why do you need to this? He says, in order to mechadesh her, the kli of her yisod. He says he's going to explain that later. Nimshach shefa gam el neshamas nechlalim ba. So because the yichud that takes place causes a yichud up above, I guess, or whatever, to bring down tremendous shefa. And right now, the neshamas of the Jewish people are inside of Malchus. And that yichud that's taking place with Zun, is going to cause shefa to come down. Now, he said two different things. One is to perfect the yisod of Malchus, and the other one is to bring Shefa into Malchus for the Shamas that are there. Nimshach Shefa Gam El Neshamas Shenechlalo. Vehem Mischadshos, and the result of that, they become renewed. Al Gidei Kach, through this, V'chodshos B'Boker El B'nei Ha'adam, and then it goes back in the morning, two people again, because Shehem Uchudashos, and they're new, they're renewed. B'zecha b'sod pasach chadashim the bekarim rabba amudasacho. Amudasacho is what? Is malchus of amudasacho is shehi hamalchus. So rabba, your tremendous multiplication of shefa is coming into malchus over there. Okay, so malchus, but he rabba, and it's very great. And the shenis rabbis of negdalis al yedei she'olim alecha kol neshamas hatachtonim, because all the neshamas tachtonim went up to that. By yedei zeh mischadshim and neshamas halalucha b'sod chadashim the bekarim. So this is really all the further that I had gotten as far as preparation is concerned. It seems to me like it's a really hot topic, good topic. So now he's laying out what Kriya Shema is. I could go on. I just haven't looked at it before, so it would be because we have still 20 some odd minutes. I do want to do some in the Sifra Tzniuta. Did you see the Skype I sent you? What is it? Skype you call? Yeah, Skype I sent you about the books that I have for Pesach. Wondering if you have, huh?
No.
Look at your Skype. I thought I sent it to you.
Oh, I see it now.
I have one from Tufshin Samach. Was this Tufshin Samach Dalet? That's really, really early. Maybe I misread it. What is the? Do you have one of these? Here's the other. No, that's not the other. What I do?
Check what I have.
Let's see. I think I put it back. I thought it was Ayin Dalet. That was my mistake. It's Samach Dalet. This one, the other one I have, is from Tufshin Ayin Bet. I really don't know how to read these things without taking more time.
I have some iron base.
You have your what?
Tufshin iron base.
That's the one then. That's the one I got. All right. Well, if we could, I don't know if you want to look through it and see if there's a place you think might be better for us to look at. I'm getting more organized in terms of where we stopped last year and where we started. But I don't have it yet for this, and I could start at the beginning or wherever you think is the best place to start. So one of these is Tufshin Ayin Bet. No, I lost which one it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Tufshin Ayin Bet. Just make sure I put it on here. There it is. Okay, that one. The other one I'm putting back. Well, listen, if we're going to do that, we'll do it at the end. And let's go to the Sifra Tzniuta, which, if it's okay with you. And because maybe it'll give you a chance to, I don't know, okay, let me, wait a minute, I was recording, so let me stop this and we'll get to the next thing.